Well, I'm standing here with Linda Beutler, and Linda, it is that time of year when the great fun of garden tours start happening, and we're going to talk today about what I think is one of the best ones, Inviting Vines Tours. Tell me about it.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Inviting Vines is the major fundraising event that the Rogerson Clematis Garden does every year. So when you attend the tour, your $25 goes directly to maintenance of the Rogerson Clematis Collection and Garden. And we are here in one of the gardens that's on the tour this year, and it's the garden of our garden manager at the garden, Nancy Stantoncheck. But we're in her cottage garden, which is in the, what's this called? First edition part of Lake Oswego. And Nancy's neighbors across the street and her next door neighbors are also on the tour.
And that's so convenient because, I mean, literally within walking distance.
The fourth private garden, which has never been opened before, is just 7 minutes from the Rogerson Clematis Collection Garden in Westland.
Yeah.
And that's only if you hit the lights.
Right.
It's 5 minutes if you don't hit the lights.
If you don't hit the lights. So let's talk a little bit about this garden. It's, to me, I get a very kind of a country English feel from it. It's really charming.
Well, she has a little cottage, and you know, Gertrude Jekyll always said, the garden should curtsy to the house. The garden should match the house.
Right.
And Nancy's business is landscape design or garden design and maintenance. And so you can see that there is a designer's eye at work here, even amongst all the cottage garden plants.
In fact, to even prove that more, even though we're in the front yard, we're going to stop here and go back to the backyard and take a look at what's going on out there.
Oh, you won't believe it.
I know. Let's do that. So now, Linda, we have come to the backyard, and I have to say, standing among all these clematis, and you have to forgive me, I'm old school, so I still say clematis.
It really is clematis, William.
It's old habits.
But how many times have we done this?
So many times. But man, it is wonderful because you don't only get to see these beautiful vines, but you get to see all of the other things that are mixed so well in with them.
Right, and this is like a microcosm of what Nancy does in the Rogerson Clematis Garden.
Yeah.
But this is very much her garden. So all the roses, all the wonderful ornamental shrubs she has, the gorgeous dogwoods. You know, the woman loves plants.
Yeah, and they blend so perfectly.
Right.
But we shouldn't make people think that this is what each garden is, because each garden is really different on this tour.
Right. The Burke garden is very formal, and the clematis there are few, but they are placed for maximum impact. And then Nancy's next door neighbor, Kip, has an older garden, which is a garden of rooms.
Wow.
So there's a shade garden, there's a kids' play area, there's a beautifully maintained vegetable garden.
And then let's talk about how people can come on this tour. Tell me about that.
Right. They can buy tickets online at rogersonclematiscollection.org. We are selling plants at Lake Oswego 7Ds, Garden Fever, Zera Plants.
So people can go to the website, though, and see all that as well,
right?
Where they can go
We've
get
got
them?
the whole list. And they can also, the morning of the event, after 11 o'clock, when the garden's open, they can come to the Rogerson Clematis Garden out at Lusher Farm, and we'll start them off there with their ticket.
Wonderful. And then I'm going to assume that they can go back to those and buy some clematis for their own gardens, can't
We'll
they?
have clematis for sale, so some of the things you see on the tour, you'll be able to come back to the garden and buy.
Well, you know, for $25 to get to see all of these wonderful gardens and get great ideas, and then maybe even go back and get some of the clematis for yourself, I can't think of a better way to spend 25 bucks. Linda, it is so delightful. Best of luck, and may every garden be beautiful.
Oh, thank you.